Picture this, a war so cataclysmic that the gods themselves buried it in shadow. Zeus, the thunderous king of Olympus, stands as the ultimate victor of the Titanomachy, or so the myths tell us. He overthrew Cronus, locked the Titans in Tartarus, and claimed the heavens. But what if that's only half the story? What if Zeus hid a secret so dark, so treacherous, that it could topple everything we know about Greek mythology? Welcome to the Lost Titan War, a forgotten chapter where a Titan rises from oblivion to challenge the king of the gods. Epic battles, divine conspiracies, and a truth that could shatter Mount Olympus await. Buckle up, this is no bedtime story. The tale begins in the golden age of Zeus's reign, centuries after the Titanomachy. Mount Olympus gleams under eternal sunlight, a testament to the Olympians' triumph. Zeus sits on his throne, lightning crackling at his fingertips, his siblings and children enforcing his will across the cosmos. Poseidon commands the seas, Hades broods in the underworld, and Athena strategizes from her war councils. Mortals sing hymns to their glory, offering sacrifices to appease their divine rulers. It's a time of order, or so it seems. But beneath the surface, unease festers. The lesser gods whisper in shadowed halls. Nymphs and satyrs, attuned to the earth's pulse, speak of tremors in the deep places. Even the winds carry strange murmurs, as if the world itself remembers something the Olympians have forgotten. Zeus dismisses these signs with a wave of his hand, his voice booming like thunder. The Titans are gone. Their time is dust. Yet his eyes flicker, betraying a flicker of doubt. Far below, in the abyssal depths of Tartarus, a figure stirs. Erebus, the Titan of darkness and shadow, was never like his kin. Where Cronus wielded raw power and Hyperion blazed with celestial fire, Erebus thrived in subtlety. Born late in the Titan lineage, he was a child of the primal chaos, his form a shifting mass of midnight tendrils, his eyes twin voids that swallowed light. During the Titanomachy, he didn't charge into battle like his brothers. He lurked, observed, and waited. When Zeus and his allies stormed the Titan stronghold, Erebus slipped through the cracks of reality, evading the chains that bound his kin. Tartarus became his refuge, not his prison. For centuries, Erebus brooded in silence, his hatred festering like a wound. He watched Zeus's rise through the cracks in the underworld, saw the Olympians cement their rule, and listened as mortals forgot the Titans' names. But he never forgot. And he never forgave. Now, the time for waiting is over. Erebus's return begins with a discovery. Deep in Tartarus, amid the bones of fallen Titans and the echoes of their screams, he uncovers a relic lost to time, the Umbral Shroud. Forged in the dawn of creation by the hands of Nyx, the primordial night, this cloak is no mere fabric. It's a tapestry of the cosmos itself. Threads of starlight, darkness, and void woven into a mantle that bends reality. When Erebus drapes it over his shoulders, his form grows vast, his presence a black hole that devours hope. The shroud doesn't just cloak him, it amplifies his power, letting him snuff out light, silence storms, and unravel the divine essence of his foes. But Erebus knows he can't face Zeus alone. The Olympians are too entrenched, their power too vast. So he seeks allies, turning to those the Olympians have scorned. First, he approaches Nyx, his ancient creator, who dwells in a realm beyond even Hades' reach. Nyx, a towering figure of star-flecked darkness, has long resented Zeus's dominance over the skies she once ruled. She agrees to join Erebus, lending him her night-born children, the Curies, spirits of violent death, to bolster his forces. Next, Erebus courts Thanatos, the grim reaper of the gods. Thanatos, with his skeletal wings and scythe that severs immortal threads, has grown weary of serving Hades, who treats him as a mere tool. Erebus offers him freedom and a chance to reap the Olympians themselves. Thanatos's cold laughter seals the pact. Together, this unholy trinity, Erebus, Nyx, and Thanatos, forms a shadow alliance, their combined power a threat even Zeus cannot ignore. Meanwhile, on Olympus, the first signs of trouble emerge. The sun dims for a heartbeat, a shadow passing over Apollo's chariot. Poseidon's trident trembles as the seas churn black. Athena, ever perceptive, consults the oracles, but their visions are clouded, their voices choked with fear. Zeus summons his council, his voice a storm. What dares defy us? No answer comes, but the air grows heavy, as if the mountain itself holds its breath. The lost Titan war begins with a strike that shakes the heavens. Erebus ascends from Tartarus, the Umbral Shroud trailing behind him like a storm front. He doesn't announce his arrival with fanfare, he simply acts. With a sweep of his hand, he plunges Mount Olympus into eternal night, the shroud swallowing the sun's rays and Apollo's radiance. The golden halls turn cold and gray, the gods' senses dulled by the oppressive dark. Panic grips the Olympians as their powers falter, Zeus's lightning flickers weakly, Poseidon's waves still, and Ares's war cries echo into silence. Erebus doesn't stop there. He unleashes Nyx's Curies, who descend like a plague, their claws rending immortal flesh. Thanatos stalks the battlefield, his scythe harvesting lesser deities with merciless precision. The first casualty is Hesperus, the evening star, whose light is snuffed out in an instant. The Olympians rally, but their unity crumbles under the assault. Poseidon roars, summoning tidal waves to drown the invaders, but Nyx turns the waters into inky blackness, blinding his forces. Athena organizes a phalanx of divine warriors, only to watch them fall to Thanatos' touch. Zeus meets Erebus head-on, hurling thunderbolts that illuminate the gloom. Each strike vanishes into the shroud, absorbed like rain into sand. Erebus's voice, a low rumble that shakes the earth, taunts him, "You cannot bury me twice, usurper." The Titan's tendrils lash out, wrapping around Zeus's arms, draining his strength. For the first time, the king of the gods falters, his knees buckling under the weight of shadow. Below, the mortal world suffers. Cities crumble as the skies fracture, mountains split from the force of divine clashes, and rivers boil with the heat of fallen stars. Mortals pray to their gods, but the Olympians are too consumed by war to answer. The Titan's return isn't just a threat to Zeus, it's a reckoning for all creation. As the war rages, Erebus reveals his true weapon, a story. He speaks to the Olympians, his voice piercing their minds despite the chaos. Zeus did not defeat us, he declares. He cheated us. He bargained with the fates, traded his honor for victory, and buried the truth in Tartarus with us. The accusation sows doubt. Hera, long resentful of Zeus's infidelity, narrows her eyes. Poseidon grips his trident tighter, his loyalty wavering. Even Athena, the wisest of the gods, feels a pang of unease. Desperate for answers, Athena ventures to the ruins of Othrys, the Titan's fallen stronghold. There, amid shattered columns and faded glyphs, she finds a tablet etched with ancient script. Her breath catches as she reads, "Zeus did strike a deal with the fates during the Titanomachy. Facing defeat, he offered a fragment of his divine essence, a shard of his immortality, to ensure the Titan's fall. The fates wove this shard into the threads of destiny, sealing Cronus and his kin in Tartarus. But the shard wasn't lost, it was forged into the Aegis, the shield Zeus later gave to Athena as a symbol of his trust. The revelation shatters her world. The Aegis, her prized possession, is a lie, a piece of her father's soul tainted by betrayal. She returns to Olympus, confronting Zeus before the assembled gods. "Is it true?" she demands, her voice cutting through the din of battle. Zeus's silence is deafening, his gaze fixed on the floor. Finally, he speaks, his tone weary, "I did what I must. The Titans would have burned the world. I saved us all." But the truth fractures the Olympians further. Hera turns away, refusing to fight for a husband she no longer trusts. Apollo and Artemis retreat to their temples, seeking prophecy over war. Hades, sensing opportunity, meets Erebus in secret beneath the earth. "Give me the surface," he hisses, "and I'll ensure your victory." Erebus agrees, his smile a slash of darkness. The war becomes a web of betrayal, each god weighing their own survival. The climax unfolds atop a shattered Olympus, its peaks reduced to rubble. Erebus stands triumphant, the Umbral Shroud a vortex that consumes the sky. Zeus, weakened but defiant, faces him alone, his siblings and children scattered or turned against him. Lightning clashes with shadow, the air crackling with their fury. Erebus's tendrils coil around Zeus, sapping his strength, but the king of the gods fights on, his will unbroken. Athena, torn between duty and truth, makes her choice. She raises the Aegis, its surface glowing with Zeus's stolen essence, and shatters it with a cry. The explosion is blinding, a supernova of divine power that tears through the shroud, hurling Erebus back into Tartarus. The blast levels Olympus, scattering the gods across the cosmos. When the light fades, Zeus kneels amid the ruins, alive but diminished, his throne a pile of ash. Erebus is gone, banished to the abyss once more. Nyx and Thanatos retreat, their alliance broken. The Olympians survive, but their unity is lost. Hera departs for distant shores, Poseidon claims the seas as his own dominion, and Hades smirks from the underworld, his ambitions unchecked. Athena, her faith in Zeus destroyed, vows to seek her own path. The lost Titan war fades into legend, its scars etched into the world. Mortals rebuild, their prayers now tinged with fear. Zeus restores Olympus, but his rule is fragile, his secret exposed to all. The Fates, silent through the chaos, watch from their loom, their threads still tangled with Zeus's fate. Whispers persist, did Erebus truly fall, or does he lurk in the void, waiting? What else did Zeus surrender to the Fates that day? And how long can a king rule on a throne of lies? The story ends not with triumph, but with questions, a fractured pantheon, a wounded world, and a darkness that may yet return. And there you have it, the Lost Titan War, a saga of gods, betrayal, and a secret that nearly undid them all. What do you think? Was Zeus a savior or a coward? Could Erebus rise again? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if this epic tale hooked you, and subscribe for more mythology deep dives. Next time, we're unraveling whether Hades was the true puppet master of the underworld. See you then.